Hey guys, so today I want to do a review that I've been meaning to get to. Um, I fish for everything, all sorts of species, but my main target these days is catfish. Um, catfish, catfishing as a sport is growing. The kayak catfishing is growing. In Fisherman now, the Catfish Insider this season, this year's issue is featuring kayak catfishing. So whenever you start talking catfishing, you don't talk for very long, and somebody's wanting to talk about rod holders. So I want to show you the rod holders that I use. Really, this is long overdue. I've been using these um, stealth rod holders now. This is my second season. I love these things. So I just want to walk you through them and show you what I like about them. So these are the rod holders. First thing you'll notice about these things, they are beefy. They are rock solid, right? Which I like. The bases, I have the 2-point track mount base. The bases come in a variety of styles: the track mount, rail mount, side mount, flush. I mean, anything that you need to mount it to your kayak, whatever style of kayak, they'll have a base that'll work. Um, and the holder itself just sits right in the base, sort of like a Scotty would. There's one spot where it will go down in, and then it locks in, and you can rotate it in the notches, and it won't come out unless it's in the right position. So what I really like, apart from just the fact they're super solid, is that I think they combine. There are a lot of different rod holders that all have something that's really good about them, but that they're missing something. Either you can get the rod in place, but you can't adjust it, or you're forced to let the rod slide all the way back in, and you can't set the rod exactly where you want to. So I think this covers all of those, and let me show you that. So first, let me show you. I guess these work with they have a cam, right? And that's the whole thing about these is the rod, that cam locks them in, and they have a strap. If you feel like you don't trust the cam, but let me tell you, I never use this ever, right? The rods are in once they're in. So the first thing I like is that some rod holders, you have to slide it all the way back, right? And in a kayak, especially if you're fishing with a catfish rod, they tend to have longer butts, and sometimes there's just not room to set the rod the way you want it. These things, I can set the rod in it wherever I want, and it's pretty locked in there. It won't slide back. I can move it if I want to a little bit, but I can put it in any position where I want to, and it'll hold it in there. That I think is a big plus, especially when you're dealing with rods that have the long butts like that. And the way they come out, they rock out, right? So if you got pressure on it, you're going to pull that out. The motion of pulling it out of the rod holder also sets the hook, right? So if you're using J hooks and you want to set the hook hard, you can do that right from the rod in the rod holder, right? If you fish with circle hooks, the rod's going to be loaded up before you're going to grab it, but you're still pulling out with that hook set motion to fully embed the hook once they've loaded the rod up. Some guys I know, sometimes I don't want to have them out in front of me. Sometimes, for whatever reason, depending on how I'm fishing, sometimes I want the rod in my hand and I just want it to rest. These work for that. They work really well for that. So the rubber is soft, and I'll set sometimes just with the butts right in my lap or down under my seat, and so I've got it in my hand ready to set the hook. So that's a bonus. I mean, I like being able to have the options to fish one way or the other with them. The other thing that's nice is that they're adjustable, right? So I'm not always fishing the same way with them. I mean, primarily I'll have them set up like this when I'm fishing for catfish, but I I'll drift fish, suspend rigs for crappie with my ultralight. I'll troll shallows for bass, and you know these allow you to make a quick adjustment from one position to the other, which is awesome. You know, if I'm suspend drifting, I might not have them set so high. I might have them set lower like this, and run them out so that they're spread out on both sides, close to the water. This is how if I'm trolling, this is the position that I use. In my mind, these things cover all the options, everything that you want out of a rod holder. You can set the rod in them, you can rest the rod in them, you can adjust them up and down and around, and they're rock solid. So, I mean, there's really not much more that you could ask for out of a rod holder, in my opinion. So, oh, I almost forgot. One other thing super cool about these that I like, and this is really just because of the track mount that I have, I took one of the screws off and replaced it with a ram ball. So, I still have mount access. On my rod holder, which is pretty cool. I can mount a camera because I use cameras. I have a couple. Put my camera boom there. Transducer mount. I mean, it's just one more thing, and it's just kind of a perk about this that I think is pretty slick. Stealth quick release rod holders. I'll put a link in the comments to their website so you can check them out. If you're in the market for some rod holders, definitely give these guys some consideration. Like I said, I love mine. I'm really, really happy with them. They gave me great customer service when I ordered these things last year. So if you have any questions about mine, about how I use them, just in general, about my experience with them, feel free to put them in the comments, and I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, like I said, check them out on the website. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.